Lionel Nele and the referee Paul Honus from New Zealand. Television match official is Glenn Newman from New Zealand. Running the touchlines, Marius Jonker from South Africa and Kelvin Dika from New Zealand. After this, we're into experimental laws or the Tri-Nations. So old laws tonight. It'll be Berwick Barnes playing his 7th test match on his home ground tonight, and he gets things underway. The take immediately there from Benjamin Thierry, the fullback for France. Inside their own 22, electing to try and run it out. That was the 12, Thibault Lacroix. The hooker, Sebastian Bruno, 33 years of age. Now, it's back into the 22 pocket and into touch. So we'll have the first line out. This will be interesting because with no Nathan Sharp, no Dan Vickerman, it's going to be Dean Mumm calling the line out tonight in only his first start in the test match.
He'll have no problems there whatsoever. Clarky, intelligent guy, 24 years of age, so you know he's reasonably experienced for the modern era. The only thing he lacks is the Sharp's height.
Good take at the back end.
I think they've got stolen off Rocky Elson, the French. Went to Elson as he came down, the French grabbed it.
So not able to control it, the Wallabies. And now the French have a bit of a rumble. That's a 10-metre mark.
They're much better start from the French tonight. They've been quite aggressive in their running and the tackling of the football.
Tunduk gives it out now to the 12, Lacroix.
Oh, wait!
But no, the whistle has gone.
Yeah, there was an accidental obstruction there. He ran into his centre partner, Mermoz. After he'd slipped over, neither players fouled, only a scrum from it. Have a look here. Mortlock, yeah, was obstructed, but it was the twist of Lacroix. Gee, you'd love to see those sort of things let go because there was no defenders impeded.
And guys, the 12 and 13, the centres for France, both on debut tonight, but a good positive start. They'll give them some confidence.
Oh, he's a big man, Lacroix, and watching the warm-up and training this week, they're going to try to plunge him in around Barnes and Giteau.
Well, here's the Wallabies with a shocking pass early on from Burgess. Picked up by Peter Hines, who has this amazing ability to beat the first defender. Now, they're all over the top of the scrum half. Burgess, but he was playing advantage, so here's a penalty opportunity for the Wallabies.
The thing about Peter Hines is he said several times that his favourite player to watch when he was, well, and to play with, was Ben Tune. And what Cheney did incredibly well is he got the ball and he ran hard and he ran straight. That's all he did. And the amount of breaks that Cheney did by just powerful running was astonishing. He was a great player.
Well, Hines made something and nothing there, and Burgess, after going right, there was opportunities, just threw a bad pass. The French in trouble already. There was a dual penalty there. There was a player offside, Lacroix, the centre, but also Ndulki didn't roll away, so take your choice. But gee, they are busy so far, the French.
Not unlike the opening minutes last week. Matt Giteau, 19 points against France in Sydney 7 days ago, 6 from 7 with the boot. Scored a try as well. 54th test match tonight. That's the angle, that's the distance for Giteau. Will it come round? Yes, it will. Nice early strike by Matt Giteau. And the Wallabies are leading France at Suncorp by 3 points to 0.
Marto, you talk about that young centre combination. It sort of reminds me, you might remember, well you will because you played in it, a test match in 1989 where the Wallabies went over and played in Strasbourg, and we had
Jason Little's first test match.
Jason Little, Darren Janine's first test as well. Tim Horan had played one test.
Yeah, second test, yeah.
We had a Greg Martin at fullback who hadn't played many tests, but we did have the experience of Campese, Liner and Fo Jones in that side, which did help. But it was a young back line, had no fear, and played brilliantly.
And now Lockie Turner with the kick ahead. The restart didn't go to 10 metres. He was playing advantage.
Dean Mumm's through.
And Tunduk gives it to Lacroix. And now they try and run it out and successfully get outside their 22. The French, the loose board. Tunduk under a bit of pressure, but they've got the kick away. Won't find touch. First touch here for Adam Ashley Cooper. And he'll go straight to the air. Pelisson. And Turner. Right, throws it back on the inside. French under all sorts of pressure there.
Oh, they're going to survive this, the French. Well done, cleaning up.
Pelisson moves into a scrum half, waiting for it.
He's a left footer himself, so he's not going to kick.
And it goes back to Mermoz, and it's into touch.
Well, not one of Pelisson's better passes.
Well, I think it took him by surprise. He figured he had Lockie Turner beaten on footwork, but he got, I think it was Hines hammered into touch. That headlock late and hurtful in your first test.
He's just welcoming him to the test arena.
There's Haranordiki, the most experienced French forward here in this match against the debutant for Australia. Now Burgess gave it away. And here's big James Horwell, Reds captain, playing on his home track. Burgess again getting it out to Giddo. Across they go. Hines, brilliant. First test try for Peter Hines in front of his Queensland home crowd.
James Horwell had a lot to do with that. Well, first the Wallaby boys plundered so far over the advantage line, probably 10 metres. Means the French backs are going, French defence is on the back pedal. Then Horwell took it off Burgess, which again plundered them over, and this led to them going forward and allowed them to set themselves very nicely. Look at Hines. We're going to see lots more of that. Both Barnes and Giddo could do it. And Hines is the beneficiary of a beautiful cross-field kick.
Well, magnificently placed kick. There was no one on Peter Hines. The French defence had compressed in. Not even a contest.
Well, that's one of the things that was shown last week, that the French were compacting their defence and trying to nail the man two in. Same thing tonight. They were hoping their fullback could slide across and take the last man if need be. But when you get a cross kick as perfect as that, it's almost impossible to shut down.
A moment he will remember.
It's Gitto's wrong side too to be cross-kicking. You expect Barnes to be kicking to that side and Gitto to the other side. So it was great balance from him.
Difficult conversion attempt for Gitto. Just inside the far touch. But what a start by the Wallabies. 8-0 already. What a bad attempt. It's there! And it's Australia 10, France 0. Rod Kafer, what about that start?
A smart start. They've been talking about this type of play for some time, and Peter Hines did some great work there off the ball. I'll show it in a moment, where we could see him duck in, duck out a shot, got himself into space, and a beautifully well-weighted kick from Matt Giddo. Really smart start.
Well, another restart here for France, and that's a miss by the Wallabies, and they keep it on the toe, France. We'll come back and play the knock forward by Australia.
Rocky Elsom sloppy from the kick-off. That's lack of concentration, and that could prove costly. It's the first real chance the French have had.
To engage, okay?
First opportunity for Phil Kearns to have a look at the scrum as well.
Yes.
Yeah, looking forward to it. This side of the scrum, Boyud from Ducks. He's not a big man, but I'm told quite a powerful scrummager. Good technique up against Ben Robinson.
Toulouse board with the put-in. Now he gives it to Trandok, who likes to run. Taken by Burgess around the bootlaces. They continue to work the short side. There's the younger brother of the coach, Mark Lievermont. That's Mathieu Lievermont in 6. So this is a great opportunity for France, but they cough it up. Renaud Boyud will come back for another scrum.
Those just bad skills going into contact. Received a perfect pass, but had a look up.
A bit more venom in the French defence tonight. A little bit more stuff off the ball.
A little higher.
They'll know they have to be more adventurous. The best thing about the Wallabies last weekend was their defence, the tenacity of it and the physicality of it. So the French are already nervous, knowing they have to do a little bit extra. Puts pressure on them. There's a possession. The French a little bit more than the Australians. Early days.
Goal 3. From the back.
Look at that, the Australians dominated territory. Now Shabal gets a chance.
And away he goes. Free kick to the French on the Wallaby put-in. Frustrating for the Wallaby scrum coach, Michael Foley. And again, the French asking questions of this Wallaby defence. Haranordiki.
Shabal down injured in the back play.
And now Toulouse board just probing. And they're playing advantage here.
Hold here, Gold.
Still advantage being played for the French. Can they find a way through? Tranduk. No way through there, so we'll come back, and it's a kickable penalty as well.
Goal 3, you came literally.
It came from that free kick on the Wallaby put into the scrum. We saw it quite a few occasions last week as well.
You may as well just give the ball to the opposition and forget about the scrum.
So what's the call here?
They want to take the points.
For goal. For goal, gentlemen, for goal.
They're not playing for keeps if they didn't take the kicks there. Linal Nale made the decision.
Too early. Oh, the penalty here? That's for offside.
We saw for the first few minutes of the match, or 10 minutes of the match, this is where the offside comes in here, that the French were playing down in their own half, and if you have a game plan where you're just going to throw the ball around and attack, you sort of automatically forsake field position because you're declining to kick in those in those difficult field position areas. So it's a high risk strategy.
Especially on a slightly moist night when a team rushes up like the Wallabies, there'll be a lot of spilt ball. You're in trouble.
big powerful run from Chabal before, and he gets up a bit of momentum. He's a very powerful runner.
21 years of age, Francois Tronduk. His paternal grandfather was Vietnamese. 1 from 1 last week. And he has missed it early on. So it's still 10-0. Australia over France. Guernsey, a little bit of rugby royalty possibly out there in the future years. And speaking of royalty, there's a bit of excitement in the Kearns household, I hear, today.
Big excitement in the Kearns household. Auntie Maud, my aunt, Maud McDonald, 100 years old today.
Unbelievable.
100 years old.
Congratulations, Maud. If you're... Can she hear?
Yeah.
You there, Maud?
She'll be watching from up in Maitland with the family up around there.
You still get a telegram from the Queen, or does she send you a text?
Facebook, I think. Queen's Facebooking these days.
100. Fought out. Keith Kearns. Kearns' dad also doing it a bit tough this week after an operation. Hope you're feeling better, Keith. We're looking after the boy tonight for you.
He'll be right. He's a tough old bugger.
Now, here we go with Imanol. We've got the Kearns family history out of the way.
Didn't pass any of that toughness down, but that's a second kick of Aaron Ador keys in a minute.
And that one is not a great one from Turner. Straight up in the air. The bounce is good for Ouedraogo for France. So here we go. The French on the 22. Australian territory. And Lacroix bringing the fullback Benjamin Thierry into play.
Big man, he's sharp on his feet, Lacroix, number 12.
There's Correa on debut from the LB club in France. Oh, that was just sloppy again. Well, you're down 10-0. You've got to make those passes stick.
They were starting to put a bit of pressure on. This Wallaby defence is awesome. You can't be making any errors. Not simple ones like that from...
Well, it was a bad pass.
Standing still, though, as well.
Bit of a change tonight too. Ouedraogo has decided not to wear his red boots, the red slippers. Decided he wasn't playing with Tin Man, Lion, this week.
You've probably heard about your criticism of how well you have to play if you're going to wear red boots.
I was going to start calling him Dorothy this week.
Well, Rod Kafer, what have you made of it so far?
Some good signs early on, but also defensively, just a couple of issues that we noticed real early. Here you can see Matt Giddo coming out of the line hard, Sterling Mortlock getting left behind. Normally it'll be Sterling leading that up, Matt Giddo following, and it ended up in a missed tackle in the midfield. They'd want to fix that up, the Wallabies, because it's normally a very powerful part of their play.
Touch, pause, engage.
Yes, indeed, especially with the Tri-Nations coming up. You can imagine what the All Black and South African centres will be doing with that defensive lineup. Now the left-footed kick from Ghetto, and they're allowed to bounce. Thierry started on the wing last week, got the pass back on the inside, and it's been lost forward again by France, and now it's a penalty. He was offside.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Australians there. It's a super kick chase. The pressure came on when they knew they had a chance.
Yeah, Phil Warren did extremely well in Sterling Mortlock.
Taking a shot from, what, 35, 38 out?
Well, they are playing for keeps. Penalty and a conversion to Ghetto so far. The try to Peter Hines, and here's the incident here. Ouedraogo in an offside position playing at the ball.
You're right, Kearnsey. It was the pressure of Phil Ward that caused that. Won't he be keen? His intensity tonight. He gets his chance. Secure a Tri-Nations open flanker starting position. Watch him go hard at the ball every time.
Well, George Smith didn't play poorly in those first two tests, the Irish test and the first French test. But the impact that Phil Ward had when he came on was just remarkable.
Angry man.
Matt Ghetto looking for another three. Will it come round? Yes, it will. The radar is working for Ghetto. 3 from 3, and it's 13 points to 0. 16th minute. Australia over France.
No need for a kicking coach in this Australian outfit. I know Darryl Halligan was doing a bit of work with him at the Western Force, but at this level, Robbie Deans, wonderful goal kicker, takes a bit of time with all the backline members.
Go back to Dean's playing days for the All Blacks in Canterbury in particular. They had a hit song, didn't they? Give it a boot, Robbie.
Well, I think he still holds the Canterbury point scoring record, about 1,700 points or something.
Safely into touch on the far side for the Wallabies.
Give it a boot, Robbie.
Yep.
Number 1 on the hit parade.
Was that South Island or whole of New Zealand?
I think it might have been in Canterbury and goodness surrounds.
We've got to get ourselves a hold of that. It'll be in cassette form, I figure. Guarantee we'll play that on Inside Rugby one easily.
And there's one against the throw at Hines. One try already, can't find a way through this time. And Burgess out to Ghetto, wide ball. Here's Mortlock. Just put it onto the left boot. Not very well executed. And the French have it. Inside Australian territory. Lacroix to Thierry and Sebastian Chabal. Still around that 10-metre mark.
He's played much wider tonight. Chabal hasn't been involved in the tight stuff too much, more out in the back line.
Here's Bruno. Still not over the advantage line. Sloppy there. To loose board. Scrum half. Chanduk slipping and then giving it plenty of air. Turner is calling for it.
Offside.
It's lost forward. So we'll play the scrum.
Well, he was looking to make an impact, Lockie Turner, after chasing up that rubber kick earlier from Mortlock.
Is he all right?
Wants to get involved, doesn't want to push it too much though. Did everything right apart from catch it. Maybe took his eyes off it at the last second. Turned side on so there wouldn't be a knock forward, but...
Oh, there's another fella here. Okay. Time off.
Robbie Dean's in his third match in control of the Wallabies.
Running play.
just a perceptible head shake.
Well, he could have been shaking his head because Trinduk, that little slip that he had before he kicked that football in, put his whole back line offside. They all overran him. So Robbie could have been disappointed he didn't get a penalty there for offside play.
Robbie Deans was writing something down there. Extra time needed on Lockie Turner's high ball catching.
It might be... Must destroy all of those copies of Give It a Boot Robbie before the Aussies get their hands on it.
You think he might be listening to Sports Ears to pick up some tips around commentary?
18 minutes gone, 13-0. And Rod Kafer, the Wallabies, just in control, doing it nicely.
Yeah, they are definitely in control. There's some composure about their game. Defensively, they have been very good. Some nice pieces in defence, but just a few little issues in their handling, which you expect with the wet ball. But Sterling Mortlock said before the game, he's happy with the wet, so it gets them going forward early.
Sebastian, you must stay, okay? You must stay.
Message for Bruno.
Look at that, the French have choked up their left-hand side, so they want to make it appear that they're going open.
And they do. Dunduk, but not
that's so far
forward. A mile forward.
That's almost a quarterback in NFL stuff, that one.
Gee, it's a pity.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to run through holes when you're in front of the man. Let's have a look at the defence. Why did Australia open up? Gito went out of the line. Mortlock had already stopped. That's why there was a gap there.
Crouch.
Twice as many turnovers
Pause.
for the French. And twice as many handling errors as well. 4-2. Back it goes into the pocket. And Barnes, who hasn't seen a lot of play, doesn't find touch on the far side. And David Jamin, bit low off winger, kicks. No problem for Adam Ashley Cooper.
A bit easier tonight than last year. When did he last play? Started for the Wallabies in Auckland against Dan Carter's Bombs. That was a tough night for him that night. That's a good kick from Ashley Cooper. Made touch.
Big kick, yeah. The Wallabies haven't been out of their half for a good 10 minutes. Gives them a chance to attack now.
Going to be a French throw in. Ball across the plane of touch. Pedrogo, the number 7, taking it for France. How'd that come out of there? Forward by the French, and so they're looking for a quick tap counter out wide. Here's Mortlock trying to get on the outside of his man, and Mortlock not into touch, but it was lost forward.
Gold. Scrum, blue.
The moment it looked like it was going to pay off, he flung it back on the inside, but it went forward.
He knew when he was to get tackled, he was going to slide a long way, so he voluntarily went to the ground trying to keep the ball in touch. Mermoz went over the top. Ball went forward there.
Here it is, yeah.
He would have loved to have slipped the ball, but the opportunity didn't present.
The end of the field where the play is now is, well, the grass is pretty sparse down there and it's pretty slippery.
Kenzie, in winter, with the roof of the grandstand, not much sun reaches that end. The growing potential's tough.
Touch. Pause.
The loose ball with the put in, picked up at the back by the number 8, Imanol Haranourtaki. This time they go a bit shorter, and Pelisson could take, the Turner was right on top of him. Good clean out from Ouedraogo. And now the scrum half. The loose board, 10-metre mark.
Dean Munn did brilliantly to get back to make that next tackle.
They're asking some questions to the Australian defence here.
Charge down. Cleaned up by Pelisson. taken by Stephen Moore and Rocky Elson, who made the charge down. And a penalty. Not quite in front, but very kickable for Matt Giddo. We've got Imanol Haranoudiki down in back play as well. Can't afford to lose his experience early on in this match.
What about the benefits of Phil Waugh over the top of that ball then? As soon as the tackle was made, launched himself onto it. That's how the penalty occurred. Made it plainly evident that the player... Have a look at him. Tackle gets made. Look at him launch straight onto Palisson. Bang. He's like a barnacle on an old ship. Won't let go, and making it obvious to the ref that Palisson doesn't let it go.
And Imanol Haranoudiki is going to be replaced as we have another look at the chip. It was very well executed.
Yeah, it looked like a neck injury or a...
Well, he suffered a knock to the head in the pre-match. I wonder if it's blood bin or whether it's a full replacement. We'll check on that. Looks like another good strike from Gippo. It's a beauty. It's 4 from 4, and so it is 16 points to 0.
Striking the ball beautifully is Matt Giddo.
Nice and calm and plenty of time. Maybe another thing that they learned from last week.
So Haranoudiki, that is a blood bin, we're told. So Louis Picamole in 19 is on there for the time being. What can the Wallabies do with this restart? Mortlock takes it. 25 out from his own line.
That's a warning.
Sam Cordingley is on there in 24, the Wallabies.
Yeah, Burgess, I saw him run up he ran up unassisted up the tunnel towards the dressing room, so it wasn't a leg injury. I'm not sure what he's gone off to do. Maybe a small cut that needs stitching. Normally that's why they run up the race.
Well, Haranoudiki says he's got blood. There is none down there. He did hurt his neck. See the ice on there?
And that looked like it had drifted forward, but no, it's play on.
Yeah, no, touch judge picked it up.
Yeah, thanks, Maurice.
Darius Yonker over on the far side. Touch judges tonight. Next time we see them in the Tri-Nations, there will be assistant referees under the new terminology with the new laws.
That's an important part of the game, changing the name of officials.
24 and a half minutes gone in the first half.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
What do you make of the scrum tonight, Phil?
Yeah, a little bit messy. There was one scrum, the previous scrum, the Wallabies did dominate slightly, but the French were still able to get some clean ball out.
We're a lot heavier than them. What's the theory? And they're relatively inexperienced and we're still struggling.
Well, we're only 30 kilos heavier, so it's not that much, about 4 kilos a man. Not a huge difference. It's all about technique, Mano. It's just not about size and big, buffy, ugly blokes. It's technique.
Are you sure?
Well, the Wallabies made a mess of that one. Good pressure from the French forwards on that occasion.
Yeah, put a lot of trouble at the feet of Stephen Hoyles.
Every game so far this year, the Wallabies have struggled a little bit at the back of the scrum. Cliffy Palu had a bit of a tough time in a couple of games.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Picamole, the new man. First touch. The loose board, and now Buno. Here's the captain, Malay. Chabal, quick ball intercepted though. It falls into the arms of Sterling Mortlock, but he's sloppy again from the French. Accordingly, out to Barnes at first receiver, looking for the gap and finding it. Good kick.
It helps when you fly after the Reds and this is your home ground.
Super kick. Understand
the angles. But simple mistake there by the French. They were on a roll on their fourth phase. Chabal throws the ball into the head of Correa, the prop. Falcon causes turnover and Barnes pumps it downfield.
Get one goal, please.
Yeah, Chabal went to pass that.
66% possession to the French, and they haven't got a point on the board yet. Right, so Moore's 27-6.
This is really interesting what Cooper does with this. Yep, first option is to buy themselves some space.
Turner goes to ground just inside French territory. Now it's Giddo and Barnes. It's a kick through and into touch.
He had the call from Mortlock to push it through. Probably would have been better if it dribbled just inside the line and the French were forced to push it out.
Well, Sterling stopped for a second there and had to restart. Just lost his speed, his momentum at that point.
There was nothing on. Maybe a switch was the only thing that was on. Barnes abbreviated himself, then just slid one through. Yeah, Mortlock wasn't on the ball. He knew it was going out.
The bounce is good after the overthrow for France. And it's going against them, the penalty.
Isolated.
Holding on.
Last release. Last release.
That was James Hall over the top that time. Shabal and Bruno having a chat.
It's the length of his Shabal's arms that's incredible, Kenzie. I spoke to someone who had dinner with him one night, said on a normal chair he was virtually touching the ground with his fingers, with his knuckles, etc. So keep an eye on that as the night goes on. Horwell this time was the one strong over the ball, on his feet, trying to get the ball. Plainly evident to the referee that he was able to play. Shabal pleading with his players.
Well, he's talking to Bruno here about the line-out throw that went wrong. Went over the back to Drago.
Both Sebastian Bruno and Sebastian Shabal both play club rugby together for the Sale Sharks in the UK. Matt Giddo, again he strikes it brilliantly. Oh, right over the black dot.
That went over by less than 6 inches. That's judgment.
19 points to 0. 300 test points, milestone for Matt Giddo. Congratulations to him. I think there'll be many more to come as well. Giddo.
Oh, there's no one under that for the Wallabies.
To bounce, and now Giddo. Will he find touch? Yes, he will. It's a good kick, good recovery.
What a super recovery from Giddo.
54th Test match, 25 years of age. Made his debut in 2002 against England. Even before he had played Super 14, he was plucked out of Canberra Club Rugby. Bruno. But now for his line-out throwing, he's been behind Ibanez and also Risky in the recent years for France, because Ibanez is now retired, but at 33, the big question is, will we see much more of Bruno in the number 2 French jumper? The loose board. There's a kick from Tran Duke, gives it plenty of air again. Turner calling for it.
Couldn't get to it though.
Went backwards from France. That's the halfway mark. Bruno pops it out. Tran sloppy on the inside, went backwards fortunately for France.
Yeah, some of their short passing around the edge of the ruck's pretty poor.
Yeah, it's a symptom of not having played together as combinations.
It's a kick from Toulouse board and running back for it. Boyles takes it.
There's a chance here. This is turnover ball. Might come a bit slowly.
It's to Elsom. High ball for Giddo inside the 22.
He'll have a run. Palisol.
Halfway. A standing start. Can't find a way through there.
Tackle from Moore and Baxter.
It just look like they don't have a lot of creativity in there at the moment, France. Wholesale changes. I think a lot of the debutants or the least experienced guys were expected to go out and really have a crack. But it's not working for them at the moment.
It's hard when you send a 75-kilogram winger into the teeth of the defence. He gets surrounded by 3 men. Couldn't quite get the ball back. Tried to use hands. It's a big kick by Barnes. Pumps them deep down.
346 test caps going into this match, Australia. France just 169.
And they're mighty tired. The number of times they've stopped for an injury, the French are seeing in the background. Palasson is just jumping up. He's just making his way back. Trainer's going off the field. There's been 4 or 5 times they've needed the trainer. They're tired after a long season. Accordingly to Giddo.
Giddo showing it on the inside, then taking on the line. Accordingly, here's Elsom charging onto it. And it's been stolen there. That's good work by Lacroix. So a wasted opportunity by the Wallabies. And now Adam Ashley Cooper has to run back inside his own territory.
He was ready to attack. Now he's had to collect the ball 60 metres away.
And he gives it down to Peter Hines.
Oh, good judgment.
Hines looks up, sees a front rower. Beats him, but then a great tackle from Shabal. And it's still there for the Wallabies, no.
Right, both players playing the ball on the ground late.
Oh, that's outstanding rugby by Shabal, because Hines was through, but he just made a beeline straight for him. Didn't worry about where he was going to throw it.
Well, there are 3 attackers also outside of Peter Hines then. He was just trying to set them up and Shabal rushed in.
Well, it was the big tall winger, Janard, he was in the way, and he's about 6'4". He was in the way of a pass going wider.
Burgess back on the field.
Burgess back out there for Australia.
And again, a French player down.
Sam Cordingley back on the bench. So Burgess patched up. Only his third test in his debut against Ireland in Melbourne.
Here's the mark.
19-0. Australia over France. 33 minutes gone in the first half.
Crouch. Touch. Pause and use.
Oh, big scrum from the Wallabies.
Oh, yeah. Very good scrum.
Chance to go wide.
Quick hand.
Oh, beautiful.
And now Turner straightens and loses it on impact.
Oh, that's nice play.
And Thierry comes away with it. 10-metre mark, French territory.
No, stay here. Stay here. Stay here.
It's a deep pass going back to Lacroix. Here's Hines. He's going to chip and chase, but it's too big.
That's a shocker too.
It was.
The chase was good.
You can turn it into a good kick with a tackle like that.
Wait. One. Come back one.
So the French will throw it back into the 22. Trunduk will put it into touch. Didn't find a lot of territory with that one, so another attacking opportunity here from the line out for the Wallabies.
Well, that sequence event started with the Australians with that huge scrum. Didn't get any result out of it, but good sign for the rest of the game.
Oh, big moral victory there. Start to play psychological games with the opposing forward pack when you start to push them around.
We'll take from Howell. Burgess, Giteau, Barnes, flat pass, Mortlock. The tackle, Lacroix. Here's Burgess, hammered with the ball.
Oh, through.
At Giteau. Oh, James Howell. Big try for the Wallabies. His second test try, scored against Ireland earlier this season. On his home ground, the Reds captain Howell gets a 5-pointer, 24-0.
And just because he got the ball from Giteau, he thought he should dive for the try like him. Well, this is the early part. Brilliant short, long flat pass to Mortlock from Barnes. Burgess, that was a little bit of luck on the ricochet, but Giteau, that is brilliant. Then the one out the back door there to Howell, who again almost scored last week. This week he gets over.
Oh, the hit and swivel there from Giteau was just superb. Burst straight through past the front rower, and here's that pill out the back. Wasn't that terrific? James Howell, yes. Well, we've seen Giteau dive like the big stealth fighter, and there's a 747.
The crowd loved that on the big screen when they saw that. No look from Giteau on the one out the back door. He's already thrown one this season against Ireland for a Howell try and another.
And that is 6 from 6 with the boot for Giteau, and it is 26 points to 0. Australia over France.
Oh, big crowd getting their money's worth. Look at Howell, evades the tackle of Bruno, and don't the fans love that? Doesn't he love it? And Giteau, they're forming a combo. I like to look at the preceding play where Barnes found Mortlock with a 2.5 wide pass that was very flat.
Hines thought about kicking and elected to take them on. And that one will be into touch.
Yep, it's out.
Geez, Giteau's kicking tonight has been superb. Every kick he's put in has been sensational.
A mixed up first half, wasn't it, last week by him? It seems to have focused him.
26-0. No doubt you'd be pretty happy with that if you're the coach of the Wallabies, Rod Kafer.
Very happy indeed, and it's a bit more precision from first phase that we're seeing this week. Last week a little bit rusty all over the place in the first half. This time from scrum and line out, they're looking pretty sharp.
Aronodiki takes it. And it's a laid back, and now Shabal carries it forward up to the 10-metre mark. Time running out in the first half for the French to get some points on the board. Quick hands here. There's a left winger over on the right side. David Gerard. Toulouse board goes in looking for it. Gives it to his captain.
This is their most promising attack of the half.
Can they make something of it? Wajdra go on the inside. Pulled down by Luke Burgess. Advantage being played.
Numbers on the left. No. Ball too slow.
Penalty.
Slow ball. 2 goals. Easy.
Bit of push and shove there.
So on full. Aaron Adorki, number 8 for France, keen to throw a few punches. Rocky Elson not missing out either.
Well, Stephen Moore seemed to be the first one involved there.
Any mums watching this need to stress there's not many people get injured in an all-in brawl usually. Any dads watching, you can stop laughing now.
Touch judge coming in on the far side.
Well, Hall's got a closed eye.
That one connected. Usually not many do.
A bit of a scuffle between the flanker.
Yeah, 6 blue and 2 gold. Yeah.
And then number 4 gold joined in.
Yeah.
And that started the
Rackets. Yeah.
And then they were punches flying all over the shop.
Okay. Right, what did you see, mate?
Very similar.
Okay.
From what you called,
Yeah.
and then 4 and 8.
Yeah. What happened was 2 coming off his feet after the tackle, and that's what started it. And those 2 got up, and then 4 came in. I'm going to penalise 4 and give them a stern warning. All right. We'll talk to both 6 and 2, and we'll start the game with a penalty to France. All right.
I think James Hall's already had his warning.
He's had his penalty. His handicap is one eye. He's got to go and get a cut man from the boxing game in on that one. Here's the chat.
Leonard, you've spoken?
We've spoken.
Oh, he needs an interpreter.
Oh, okay. We just need to calm things down, okay? There was a tackle made against France. Number 2 goal came in off his feet.
Yeah, I saw that.
On top of 6, okay?
Yeah.
Then you've come in late.
Behind, though. I haven't punched him.
Well, you came in, and unfortunately, you started the whole ruckus by coming in the way you did. I'm going to penalise him.
Okay.
All right, looks like he needs some attention on the sideline.
Yeah, mate. He didn't throw any punches. He was just trying to back it up, mate.
That's fine, no problems at all. I'm not saying you did or didn't. We're starting with a penalty against him. Okay.
Stilling Mortlock's laughing at the condition of James Hall's left eye. It's a tough world. Have a look at him. He didn't throw any punches. He just caught them. Well, here we go. It happened over this side. More. Bit of carry on there. There's Aaron Adorki over there. Now, he's the one who fixed up Hall's eye, I think.
Yeah.
That's what you get for scoring a try.
Oh, that's looking ugly, that is.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to catch line-out throws with one eye in terms of the depth perception.
He won't come on again tonight.
Well, I'm going to worry with that because Hugh McMillan is on the field and his catching of Stephen Moore's line-out throws is not a problem. They've played together a lot. This thing could blow up here.
Yeah.
Cheeky Frenchman and the Australians are so far ahead.
He's got every opportunity to play that ball.
Bruno, the hooker for France, came through and gave Burgess a little one
Lost
quite
forward.
late.
Scrum. Sorry, I didn't see it. Scrum.
Inside the final minute.
Touch. Pause. In.
Vanderman. He's on there. And it's a big scrum for the French. And they've got numbers.
Oh, he's blown it.
Not yet.
Merlos.
Yes, now.
Well, the Wallabies squandering that opportunity. That was their put in. And now they're going to have to defend for the remainder of the first half, you'd think. Here's Bruno.
Well,
6 metres up.
That fight's the best thing that's happened to the French team. It's got them fired up.
Haranordiki goes to ground.
Oh, a lot of obstruction around the edges there.
To loose ball, almost finding a way through. Drangdorkit's on the ground. It's going to be a penalty, though.
There's no way in the world they take the penalty. They need a try to go into half-time with a bit of hope. 26-3 gives them not much chance. 26-7 gives them a hope.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Got to make it an attacking move.
Half-time siren has sounded.
Shabal,
No
here he
time for
comes.
line-outs. No time for line-outs. Okay. Here's the mark. Pulse.
No.
Well, have they put up the white flag? They're going for 3.
Cousinet, the French prop's just been down injured as well, holding his head.
Yeah.
26-3, that's not a French decision as far as I could tell. Puts them still more than 3 converted tries behind. Doesn't give you that same feeling. If they could have crossed for a try prior to half-time, there was some hope.
Well, we've seen them do it in a couple of World Cups, Marto. Come back from a long way behind against New Zealand.
Look, and so right on half-time, France finally have some points on the board. It is 26 points to 3.
Well, a more assured performance from the Wallabies. They got rid of the anxiety from last week. They started to play targeted zones. They were settling down in the first couple of phases and then played wide. Great defence again. The French a little bit demoralised. The lack of combinations is really showing.
So at half-time, straight after scoring 2 tries to 0 and 6 from 6 from the boot for Ghetto, 26 points to 3. It is the Wallabies over France. Welcome back to Suncorp Stadium. Second test, Bundaberg-Rugby Series, Australia versus France. Australia looking for the clean sweep, and so far they are looking like they're going to achieve it. 26 points to 3. Hall scored a try, Hines scored a try, and Giddo has kicked 6 from 6, and Trunduk just the 1 penalty right on the stroke of half-time for France. Mackenzie, very Much improved Wallaby performance in the first half when you consider they only led by 4 points last week at the break.
Yeah, they got into things really early this week, Clarkie. 7th minute, here we go. Matt Giddo, hasn't he been wonderful tonight? That great cross kick, just right on the money for Peter Hines. Again, he's had a good performance, Hines, just running with the ball straight and hard. That's all Wigan needs to do. And then this was set up here. Well, it was a bit of luck there, but look at Giddo, just in between the two players there, Wade Drago, a nice hit and spin, and then just flicks it out the back to James Horwell, who's played really well in support now off the field after that fight. But look at that little hit and swivel. Got straight in there past the prop and just didn't even look. Just knew Horwell was there, popped it out the back. He committed the defender, number 11, just by looking in his eyes. That was Jana, just looking into his eyes and committing him that way, and then just flicking the ball out the back. Bordwell very happy, as he should be. And the stats do tell a story. All the possession's been the French way, but if you look at their advantage line, they've only been able to get it over at less than 60% of the time, and that is a problem when you can't get your go forward. If we go to the next page, you'll see here that in terms of what the French have done is their tackling has been poor. 7 missed tackles to the Wallabies, 2. French have tried to run it around a little bit, but the handling errors from the French, well, that's letting them down. But the Wallaby defensive line too strong also.
It's the final test of their season in France, where the Wallabies, of course, are very early in their season. This is only their 3rd test match, a fortnight away from the start of their Tri-Nations campaign against the Springboks in Perth. They'll be pretty happy with the first half, but the French, well, they should be doing a lot of talking here because they need to dig deep and avoid the flow of points from the Wallabies in the second half. Half-time at Suncorp Stadium. It is Australia 26, France 3. Fists were flying. Crowds shouting. And unfortunately for James Horwell, he won't be back. The left eye closed. And Greg Martin, as you mentioned in commentary, not ideal for a line-out jumper to have one closed eye.
Well, it's near impossible to pick up the flight of the ball with one eye, but Hugh McManaman, it's a big opportunity for the injury-play career for him to regain a little bit of form. He's got no worries with Steve Moore's throwing, so he's good to go. And his aggressive defence handy tonight.
On his home track as well. McManaman from the Queensland Reds, so there's Dean Mum. He's pretty happy with his first start so far. Scrum has been a bit hit and miss at times. Line out, not all that bad.
Well, that fight really fired up the French forwards, and they brought a great scrum at the end there. That was some heart.
Second half underway, and Hines looks to put it into touch. And Aaron Ordeke, like he did last week, made a real hash of that.
Fingers are a bit sore from punching Horwell in the eye.
Yeah, last week he took the catch above the head and then made a mess of it.
It's just so deflating for your team when you get a chance to counter-attack there and have a run back into the opposition and you just drop it cold.
Well, they've given whoever's coming off.
There's a change already, and Mermos is off. You know, he didn't last long in the second half. The 13 has been replaced. Maxime Mermos, one of 4 members in this team that was part of the Under-21 World Championship French team in 2006. So we're going to see 18 on there. Benjamin Boyer, who started fly half last week, so you'd think that he might go back into first receiver, pushing Tranduk out to inside centre. We'll just have to wait and see the formation.
Yeah, you're right. Boyer comes on and immediately goes to first receiver.
And the 5th appearance for Boyer.
Touch, pause, engage.
So Burgess with the put in, first scrum of the second half. It's picked up at the back by Stephen Hoyles. He's been monstered there. Jamal comes in with a clean out and holding on. So Kearnsey, we've still got some work to do at scrum time.
Yeah, points victory to France in that scrum. No doubt about it.
Boyer finds touch. Good attacking position for the French early in the second half.
Kenzie, talk us through these scrums. Here
well, you can see the tight head side from France. So the top of the screen, just coming around and dominating there. Then Ben Robinson fights back well, but by that time the damage has been done. Stephen Hall's under all sorts of pressure at the back of the scrum.
Aaron Ordeke eases it down into the arms of Pierre Correa, the number 1. To loose board, Aaron Ordeke back inside, flat pass to Drago. To loose board, here's Boyer having a run, got away from Elsom. Benjamin Boyer, and the French are on the front foot. The loose board pops it over, and that's gone to ground.
Double knock on, first one was by Gold.
Yeah, first knock on was by Gold, and we've got a Wallaby down in back play as well.
Derek Barnes, is it?
Hold the mark here, mate.
He's got blood in his ear there. He made the tackle when it finally came. Boyer stepped inside Rocky Elson, but Barnes came from this angle. He came from behind to make a tackle. Yeah.
Might have collided with an arm there from his teammate.
Yeah, his own player.
Yeah, unintentional from Sterling Morlock, tried to make the tackle. Here's Barnes, or the shoulder of Adam Ashley Cooper. Right in the ear hole. Or on the jaw.
A bit confident start to his involvement in the match for Benjamin Boyer. Let's hope this is not serious for Berwick. 7th appearance, made his debut against Japan in the Rugby World Cup. Right, Kate, while we got this injury break, your thoughts?
Some good signs in the first half, particularly from the counter-attack. In the 1 or 2 opportunities they had, they've looked good, and it's the work again that we're seeing from the outside players off the ball. They're all pushing back to get themselves 3 or 4 players behind the ball, working hard from the middle of the field and using the width on the field. And this is where Peter Hines had a look up, saw the big hole, but then it got pretty quickly closed by Chabal. Good signs, though, that the Wallabies are prepared to use the ball.
Ryan Cross hoping for another test appearance tonight, but he'll have to wait a while because Barnes is on his feet. But the real test here again for the Wallaby defence.
Come forward, please. Crouch, touch, pause, and go.
To loose board with the put in.
Straight to ground. Reset.
The French backs from here, when they're 5 metres out, are incredibly deep. Have a look at the back 3 men are past the 40-metre mark, buying themselves some room.
Touch, pause, engage.
Good scrum from France again.
Use it.
Haradotigi picks it up, the number 8. And Bruno takes it into contact. And they try and rumble it through the traffic. It's still there for France.
Well, the backs don't want it, but they're running out of forwards to run the ball forward, the French. All on the ground.
To loose ball, now gives it to Boyer. Tronduk kicking in behind the line. This could almost work for France, but it's beaten everybody into touch. David Janot was flying.
Right idea. Kick wasn't good enough.
Off the white line.
Yeah, had real potential there, that move. They created the space that they needed to put that kick in behind. Had the Wallabies backline moving up. They had to turn and chase. Jana was, well, he was way in front of everyone.
He takes that, he scores. But their depth, the fact that they were so deep, made the Wallaby defenders really push up hard, and that created a gap.
Oh, and that has been knocked on by Stephen Hoyles. The throw missed everybody completely. Then Hoyles put the hand out and couldn't control it.
Well, the French scrum's been very, very good on the Wallaby ball. How is it on their own pill here as Chabal doing up his shoelaces? That's what they're waiting for.
Both teams push straight, please.
See there, the scrum is only 5 metres out from the Wallaby line. 26-3, possession 80% to France. Well, the Wallabies going to be like, that's in the second half. What are they going to be like when they get the ball, the Wallabies?
Touch,
Look at that,
pause,
dominating both sides. First 5 minutes, the French dominating.
break up.
That's another reset.
Al Baxter went down on this side and had to fight his way back to his feet.
Square and straight and get a bind. Yes, thanks, Morris. Just watching that side. Crouch, touch, pause. Just lost your footing, gentlemen. Come in field, come in field.
Ground not as firm down in that corner, Turnsey.
No, very little grass down there.
So therefore the ball comes out. The French weren't going to lose the ball there, just play rugby.
Crouch.
You can hear Phil Ward there
Touch, pause,
saying that 8 is coming. Gits, they believing that Haradotigi at number 8 is going to run it, and he does. Will Ward pulls him up.
Hold.
Looking for their first try. France, they're down by 23 at the moment.
Oh, that was hopeless from France.
Rocky has some awesome leg drive.
The speed that the French did that was terrible.
Here's Boyer. Dummying. Can't get past Gitto underneath. McMenamin over the top. Short side they go. The loose board.
Danger, can't roll clear. Going forward, blue scrum.
Put in for France.
One of those moments in the old days where Phil Wall was stuck there that
Well, you can't touch the number
you'd
9.
have jerseys, boots all over the top of you. People wiping their boots on your jersey. Here's the French scrum there. Slipping out. Trying to get their feet.
Crouch. Touch. Pause.
The loose board with the put in. Advantage here for France. Penalty.
7 gold, no binding.
It's against Phil Ward. No binding.
7 gold offside.
So the match just getting bogged down a bit here. There's James Horwell. Closed eye. Let's hope it clears up in time for the next test match, which is a fortnight away. Started the Tri-Nations for the Wallabies against the Springboks. South Africa going down to the All Blacks in the opening Tri-Nations match. One try apiece, but Dan Carter doing the rest with the boot for New Zealand. 19 points to 8, the All Blacks over the Springboks. They'll play again next weekend as well in New Zealand.
I almost figure this French team isn't fit. The number of times they've had to stop this test match for injuries to them, it has to be about 8 so far. Only one stoppage involving an Australian player.
Boyou, number 3 there from Ducks. Made his debut last week coming off the bench.
Time on.
Come on, Cat.
The scrum's been pretty good for them the last 15 minutes.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
There it is again. There it is again.
Yeah, they're driving it towards the Wallaby line.
Stood up. Stood up. Through pressure. Scrum blue.
Wallaby scrum made a comeback there late. They were pretty happy with it.
Is that Mark?
Yeah, they did come back. You can see the French just edging forward there. The Wallabies are able to stay together pretty tight, and that's what gives them the chance to fight back there.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Pulls out.
The loose ball can't find a way through. Chabal goes to ground. Can they find a way through this time, the French? Wallaby defence holding so far. It's slow coming out of there. Chabal just waiting. Stephen Moore has him immediately. Loose ball now, Boye, and through the hands it goes, and there's John Doku was taking the ball and all tackled by Mortlock, but it's still on. The loose ball, they're going backwards, they're running out of ideas. Good defence, Wallabies, they didn't panic. And now they have the ball. And here goes to Luke Burgess, dummying. Burgess! 10-metre mark, pops it back on the inside, and Adam Ashley Cooper just couldn't control it.
Oh, it was a tough pass to catch for Coops.
Yeah, the ball just went behind him.
Yeah, when you're that close, he was within 1.5 metres of Burgess. When you're that close, you've got to have the ball put in front, not at that speed behind you. Burgess, another great breakout though.
Well, I think Mortlock was pretty happy with the defence and then the counter-attack.
Oh, he was happy with his own tackle. He was the one who closed the try down, and then the turnover came, and Burgess got a chance.
Where is that goal?
This is the chance, backed himself. Cooper came on the inside. Have a look, he's not very far away. Watch where the ball hits Cooper though. On the shoulder while he's looking where to go. Burgess let it loose.
Yeah, Burgess had to sort of get it around the corner of that pass. He got away from Palisson. I thought Palisson...
Burgess is quick. That's where Australia are going to surprise a few in the Tri-Nations with his ability to run. We haven't had that threat to the opposition for a while. Hoyle's off, George Smith on.
Stephen Hoyle's getting a start this week in place of the injured Cliff Palu, and now George Smith. Well, we know what to expect from George. A seasoned campaigner.
I'll tell you what, he's fit this year, George Smith. You know how often he's been able to carry a few. He has mentioned that the ELVs have forced him to become a little bit fitter. You wonder how that's possible.
Well, it's forced all players to be a little bit fitter.
Including that man? Oh no, he hasn't played them.
He hasn't played them.
Correa hasn't played under the ELVs.
Well, it was interesting watching the South Africa-New Zealand game tonight. A couple of the players that hadn't played under the ELVs, John Smith was definitely not looking as fit as what some of the other boys were.
Lacroix with a limp, the number 12. They've already lost their starting outside centre, Maxime Mermos, with a corked thigh, we're told.
They'll come forward.
Waiting as the front row gets set to pack.
Touch. Pause.
Halfway mark. And it's sloppy, but cleaned up in the end. And that's the halfway mark. So France enjoying plenty of possession, and that's got to be a bit of a worry for the Wallaby coaching staff. Last week, French dominated territory in possession. Same again this week, so far. But on the scoreboard, where it matters most, I guess, it's the Wallabies, 26, France 3.
The other way you look at it, the Wallabies are working their defence out pretty nicely.
Boyer with the kick.
Let's play. Off goal, backwards.
Went off goal, so they're not offside, the French, and they clean it up. Boyer, Bolison hasn't had too many opportunities tonight. The flying right winger. But again, here's the French inside Wallaby territory, but they cough it up.
War all over that again.
And here's Matt Giddo onto the right foot.
It's a great kick. Just need to chase. Here comes Turner.
And Thierry running back into the 22.
Turner almost got to that, got so close. The pressure on Terry has caused him to go off his boot. I don't know what he wants. Like a soccer goalkeeper complaining when his defenders have let him down.
It's okay, yep.
Well, he wants someone to tell him where Turner is. He wants someone to communicate with him and say they're on top of you, mate.
Yep.
Gitto, a right footer, saw the space, decided to kick where the Seagulls were.
Just hold him there, Kelvin, please. That's our mark there.
Change in the Wallaby back line. Ryan Cross on for his second test appearance, and he's going to replace Berwick Barnes that took that knock a little earlier on.
Yeah, they don't need to leave Barnes on there now. He's having a look at the scoreboard. Shoulder or neck damage, that's what he hurt when he fell. Ball to Burgess.
And a rare visit inside the French territory in the second half for the Wallabies. Can they come up with something? French unable to score any points at the other end. That's a sloppy pass, and that's sloppy. Well, they're just not being patient, are they?
No, well, they've hardly had any ball, and then they do that and just give it straight back to France.
That's where Sterling Mortlot needs to go in and just settle down some of the anxieties. There's no need at all. They've got to build pressure, get momentum, and then play what they're calling it, what's in front of them.
Here's the Barnes incident from early on.
They didn't need that.
Had the knock, and he collided with the shoulder of Adam Ashley Cooper earlier, and then just going to ground there. Thought it might be time to have a breather.
Well, it came down at his elbow, which can often throw your shoulder out if you come down that point.
He'll be sore tomorrow.
Pause, engage.
Promising first half by Australia, but they've started their way through the first 13 minutes of the second half, and here's more possession for France through Haran Ortiki. Penalty against the French, though.
Phil War again.
Oh, he's taking the quick tap. Mortlock's the one who takes it up.
And that's the 22. Now Burgess. Here's Elsom. Elsom straight ahead. Can't get away from the tackle.
Well, he's isolated. They do get it back, though, the Wallabies.
Shabar Lake all over the ground playing it. Yeah.
No, off your feet.
If you lead by 23, do you take the 3 here, Marto?
No, I'd rather see them play, and they showed their intention there with a quick tap. My theory is you're more than 3 converted tries ahead. Yes, you push on with the tries, and the crowd loves it too.
Well, Sterling just wants his team to have the ball in the hand. Haven't had it for most of this half. I assume Cross has gone to outside centre here, Marto, and Sterling will be inside.
Yep, that's exactly right. At the moment, we've got 3 outside centres. Cross, Ashley Cooper and Mortlock.
Danger. Easy, no. No, wait. Number 5, straight in the side, and then trying to collapse it. Play positive rugby, please. No.
3 penalties in 3 minutes.
There's an opportunity for the Wallaby line-out. And you've got Dean Mumm on there, only his 3rd appearance in a test match. Hugh McMenamin only his 13th.
He's done well tonight, Dean Mumm. Got round the park really well.
McMenamin takes it.
He and Moore have been playing together for years. May well be Moore's last throw to the line-out prior, warming up.
Gitto and Mortlock straight through the hands, and Adam Ashley Cooper has to try and clean up. Does it brilliantly. Ashley Cooper! Oh, and again, that desperation pass, you've got to question whether or not it had to be thrown.
He had 3 on the outside, he had 2 on the inside. His leg drive is incredible in that tackle. That's where his strength is. Better off playing it, going down with it, and then regathering if he can't get the pass away. His arm was held when he tried to get the left-handed.
Oh.
Yep. That's a good tackle by Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno did very well.
French hooker.
No.
The pass was definitely going to hit Cross.
Allez. No. Let's go. Here. Scrum blue, yeah. Scrum blue.
See that? Paul Honus can speak some French. Did you hear that one? Telling the trainers to allez. Go.
Crouch. Touch.
5 handling
Pause,
errors by
engage.
the Wallabies in the second half alone.
Use it.
French needing to clear. Both starting centres, Lacroix and Momos, off the field now. A rocks kick from Toulouse board, and he finds touch. At 30 metres out from the French line. Still sitting on the half-time scoreline. 26 points to 3. Australia over France.
Well, that's because the French have had all the ball, but not enough creativity to breach the Australian defence. As soon as the Wallabies got the ball, are they worried? Foley on the right, Dean's on the left.
Mathieu Lee Fremont. Flanker. No, it's not. They're actually calling for Rodrigo to be replaced. So Levermont stays on there. Rodrigo is off and Louis Picamol is on. Flat pass. Right cross. Running for the line. Can they shut him down? No, they can't. Cross scores his first try for the Wallabies.
How long's he been on? 4 minutes. First test try, what a run. Well, it just opened up and he beat the man. The pass actually allowed him to beat the defender on the outside easily. Defender rushed up by the time he caught it. I think he just swiveled outside slightly as the ball was in the end. Brilliant if he did. Let's have a look for it from the long range. Just got to the outside of his man, yes. As he was about to catch the ball, he switched a little bit to the outside, allowed him to beat the man and then pace. Wasn't sure what to do, but Palisada was the one who decided it.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Palisson made no attempt at when Cross came through there. Here's the long ball from Giddo, which is lovely and flat. Just that little step at the last second just allowed Cross to get outside of Trinduk. The defence started coming from both directions. Cross knew that he just had to get through the middle of them. Palisson was running backwards to try and make this tackle from there to get his head on the wrong side.
The desire wasn't really there, was it?
No. Well, at 75 kilos and Cross at 100, I'm not surprised.
Matt Giddo. There's another successful shot at goal. So it is 33-3. They're back, Cave, back on the scoring trail.
They have been good at first phase, and it's the ability of Luke Burgess to get the ball cleanly to Matt Giddo this week that's allowed Matt Giddo to flatten up his attack, throw those really flat passes, and we just saw evidence there. Earlier on did it for Sterling Mortlock, this time for Ryan Cross. Very flat, nice footy.
33 points to 3. The biggest ever winning margin over France was in the Rugby World Cup Cardiff in 1999. On that occasion, they won 35-12. So they're looking like rewriting the record books here if it continues this way.
This Australian defence in the tight channels is awesome. They haven't been tested out wide.
More possession here for France, but really going nowhere. Nele, the captain. The loose board is Haran Ordiki. Plenty of involvement by Haran Ordiki tonight, but not a lot of go forward. The new man, Picamol. That's the 22. Haran Ordiki again.
It's the first time either team's got to 7 phases this match, so they're applying the pressure. Now they need to have patience.
Jada. He offloaded to Benoit Lecouls, 17. Here's Trinduk. Thierry can't find a way through.
Well, he just shifted it to a bloke that was in a worse position than he was. That's definitely not what we need.
Leave them all onto Picamol. Inside the Wallaby 22. It's still there. Cross wraps up Haran Ordiki. There might have been an answering there from Matt Giddo or one of the Wallaby defenders. Booted downfield. Well, you're
off your feet.
Bruno.
Boye, the first receiver, the replacement first receiver, he doesn't want the ball yet.
Lost forward there. George Smith might have got his hands on it, but then on impact from the defender, lost it forward. So another scrum to pack down.
You survive that many phases with your defence, you're doing mighty well. Australians have no worries in that regard. Now they make a few replacements.
Well, the French just not getting any go forward at pace. No one running onto the ball hard as Ben Robinson comes from the field and Ben Alexander going on. But just not getting the quick pill that you need to get momentum going, making it easy for the Wallaby defence.
Bruno receiving some treatment, so a chance to get more comment from Rod Kafer.
Some issues in the scrum so far this game, but it's really been the pressure that's been applied from the French loose head side. A lot of power earlier in the game coming from Korea and just putting pressure on the Wallaby pack. And then look how high and loose they are, particularly the locks. Phil Ward disengaged here early and was taken out of the play, provided a great opportunity for the French backs to attack. Not a great scrummaging performance, and I think they'll look at trying to tighten that up, Kearnsey, because it has been very weak.
Yeah, it has. From about the first sort of 25 minutes of the game was okay, and then it's just fallen away a little bit. That little bit of fire at the end of the first half really got the French scrum moving.
Benjamin Kaiser, who plays his rugby with the Leicester club in the UK, 23 years of age, is on for his second test appearance, replacing the veteran Sebastian Bruno.
He was good tonight, the French hooker.
Cave, the French backs seem to be lacking it generally out there, don't they?
They certainly have. They haven't had a great deal of... They've had a lot of possession, but just haven't had that ability to get it across the game line consistently. Tried to do a few little tricky things around the edges and it hasn't quite worked.
Both teams, wait for the call, please. Wait for the call.
Some tired men on the French bench.
Yeah, Bruno's played well. He's probably their best player tonight.
Crouch.
That injury break took so long, it's activated a Mexican wave here at Suncorp Stadium.
France still looking for the release of five-pointer. McMenamin comes away with it, and now they lose it.
France.
And it's towed through. Tunduk gives it to the new man, Perez, Jean-Baptiste Perez on debut. Still down the short side. The tackle by George Smith on Nele. Little sport. Oh, it's bad. Shocking pass, fortunately for Paradoliki, it went backwards. Short side again, Nele. McGould on the 10-metre mark. Then Alexander, first to arrive for the Wallabies.
With Toulouse board, the French halfbacks just takes an eon to get the ball out from out of anything.
How would you like to try to launch any attack? So they've got to try to recreate momentum now.
Well, they've got the very experienced Dimitri Yashvili, who started last week, still on the bench. He's their most experienced reserve tonight, and that kick is long.
Too long.
Ashley Cooper takes it.
And away he goes.
Oh, he wants a run.
Tunduk holds on. Gets him going on the front foot. Is Burgess. Now he gives it to the support and Turner.
Play on, play on.
It's play on. Baxter having a run. Oh, Baxter over. Have you? Oh, yes, they will.
Easily.
Turner. Done it.
Oh, they might catch it.
Turner. Oh, they came on the inside. It's a penalty for a late tackle on Turner.
Jeez, he was hammered after he passed that ball. There might be a bit of a warning here.
No, dangerous. No. Yes.
Yes. Dangerous, and so they're down to 14.
Was that a red card or a yellow?
Yellow.
It was yellow.
It was a long time after Turner got rid of the ball that tackle was made.
But Turner threw it out wide, not knowing that Giddo was coming back on the inside of him.
I hope the Wallabies have done their maths. At the moment, they've only got 13 men opposing them. Tunduk is still coming back from injury.
Boyer is the man in the bin. The Wallabies looking to put this one away. Edging towards the line. Stephen Moore is at the back. And Moore now gives it to Burgess, and that's hit the referee. This ball here, as we have a look at the pass from Turner. Thought Giddo was outside, but Giddo came on the inside, and then there's the late tackle from Boyer. Careless and dangerous was the call.
Yeah, nothing in it.
You enjoyed seeing that on the big screen. There wasn't much in it, you're right. A penalty would have sufficed. Well, the Wallabies are aware there's some injury problems as well as one man down in the back line for France, so they are ready to go wide. At least they're set out that way to keep them spread.
Boyer getting up now.
They look tired. They look like a team that's on holidays in about 16 minutes' time.
I think they might have 1 foot on the plane.
I get that feeling knowing that they've enjoyed their week this week. There's been cruises, visits to zoos, to Dreamworld, all that sort of caper.
Touch.
They've had fun. Already on holidays. They've got their Hawaiian shirt on at training, I reckon.
Got Peter Hines very wide, right on the right-hand touchline.
Come forward, Blue. Come forward.
Bruno receiving some treatment on the sideline. His match is over.
Crouch. Come on, guys. We've been playing rugby for 70 minutes. Let's get it right, eh?
Just over 40,000 in attendance tonight.
Crouch.
Yeah, you can see Peter Hines there.
Pause. Engage. Bring it up.
Yeah, very, very wide.
You
We saw the first try of the match. Little kick in behind for Hines.
Guys, you're heading too low. You're heading too low. There's only one way you're going to go, and that's down. Here we are. Here's our mark. Here's our mark.
I was thinking that's the last thing I wanted. The camera on me. Their fullback just saw me on the big screen where I was.
Less than 15 minutes remaining. Penalty goes against France, and now George Smith pops it up. Burgess losing his footing, still there. Here's Mum, 5 metres out. Burgess, Baxter, running in the tight this time.
Wallabies may look to go left shortly, no.
Playing advantage gold here.
Well, Nello's just wrapped himself around that ball.
Not 10 metres.
Not back 10. And Burgess.
Goal line.
Is it the Phil War? He wants to take it quickly, and he gives it out to Alexander. 1 metre out. Advantage here again for the Wallabies. Burgess Adam Ashley Cooper waits for it on the left. From a standing start, can't get away. Another penalty, and Burgess this time gives it to George Smith and Hugh McMenamin, taken by Nelle. Burgess, Gitto, Elsom.
Oh, good defence.
Trenduk it was.
Gone out wide.
Gitto. Cross has got a double. Second test appearance for Ryan Cross. And good thinking from Gitto as well.
Had the air of inevitability about it when they finally went wide. There were players screaming for it for the last 3 minutes. They kept on taking that short ball. The French kept on finding the answers. They're one man down out wide. Of course there was going to be a hole. Cross is the one who reeled in this long pass from Gitto. Finally went there after 3 minutes of hammering away. I don't think it was meant for Cross. I think he plucked it out of the air. It was meant for Hines, but Cross has got the second 5-pointer.
Yeah, sensational ball from Matt Gitto again, just straight across the face of these French players, committed them, and then bang, away it went. Cross dragged in. It was a good take from him. He had to go high and right. Nice finishing, Ryan Cross. 2 tries for the match. Sensational.
Good ball from Burgess. Again, he gets it off the deck. He clears it. He doesn't step backwards, just clears the thing straight away, which means Gitto's on the front foot, which means the defence is on the back.
Yeah, I mean, the speed of the passing, too, just creates so much opportunity to get an advantage over your opposite defender.
Gitto looking to keep his perfect record intact.
Loves this kick. Practiced it so many times for the Qantas ad.
And he's snuck through. Oh, great night tonight with the boot. Matt Gitto, 8 from 8. Rob Kafer.
Well, my tip before the game that it'll be tight has really blown out. It's been the patience that the Wallabies have shown, and really the French have just dropped off their intensity since they had the player in the sin bin. It's going to be a long finish to this game. The Wallabies might score 2 or 3 more.
It's a good side that has the wisdom to learn from last week, Cave.
Absolutely. They've been patient. They've just taken their opportunity. The game went to a bit of a lull, but it's away now.
Oh, he's away. He goes Burgess.
Burgess cleaning up the loose ball and got the pass back on the inside. Rocky Elsom out it goes. And Gitto, and that had to go to hand, but it went to ground, and now it's Turner cleaning up.
Oh, it had to go to someone. There were 5 guys there ready for it.
Flat pass well picked up there by Stephen Moore, the hooker. 40 points to 3. Gitto, run from Hugh McMenamin. Phil Waugh up over the advantage line. Burgess, who's a few decent runs tonight again at the number 9 position. Now here's Rocky Elsom and Alexander. Ryan Cross, long ball, picked up by Turner. And Turner can't find a way through the defenders over on the far side. Looked it out on their feet, France.
Well, Wallabies got to get a bit of go forward, and there it is.
This time, the ball from Burgess again. Did it have to be thrown?
They're sloppy. They need to stop looking at the scoreboard and play it as it comes.
Charge down. And it goes into the hands of Pickermold. And wide they go. Can they start something out wide here, the French? No, they've been shut down again in midfield.
Lovely tackle.
He's made a double tackle there, Mortlock.
Inside the final 10 minutes. 40 to 3. Short side. Narodiki, quick hands. Janat. 5 from halfway.
They didn't need to go short side then. Then 1 attacker and 2 defenders.
Remember France, of course, a man down with Boyer still in the sin bin. Barras gives it out down to Trenduk. He goes to the air.
He may as well have waved the white flag. We've got no idea how to bust your defence.
It's gone backwards. Advantage being played here for the Wallabies. It actually came off one of the French players. Chance. Hines up over halfway. Laid down in the end by Trenduk. Lost forward now. And Turner
a chance
as well. Baxter makes the tackle. And now they lose it.
There was no advantage from that one.
He was playing advantage, so we'll come back.
Oh, a bit of a frightful pace creeping into the game, but again, the French players going down injured. They're not hacking the pace of the game. Lockie Turner, he'd love more opportunities in the open.
Cameron Shepherd coming on.
But he's that bust before from Burgess. This is some of the best rugby from the Wallabies this season. Gave it to Rocky Elsom. He started for a minute and then got his arm free there. That was a beauty. That one to mum. But it was that ball there. Was that Gitto making that extra contribution?
Sure.
Couldn't find a runner.
Sterling Mortlock coming from the field. Cameron Shepherd on.
He's been huge in defence, Mortlock. Enormous impact.
66 test match tonight. So here's a breather with less than 10 to go.
So Adam Ashley Cooper moves into inside centre. Cameron Shepherd to fullback.
Javel's tour down under is over.
Come forward, come forward.
Publicity make a big splash. Not too much on the field.
Had a pretty reasonable first half, Chabal, in terms of what he tried to create wide for them. But second half, the French just haven't been able to get the go-ahead.
Listen, gentlemen, I know we've got some new front row forwards in here, but let's start getting the standards up, please. There's nothing too wrong with what's going on. You're both at fault. We just need millimetres. Come in, Blue, and hit higher, both sides.
Paul Honus believing if he talks louder, they'll understand him.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Stay on 6.
Oh, what was that from the back of the French scrum? Rubbish.
The loose board. Finds touch.
They've gotten away with it.
How in number 8 can just kick it at his halfback is astonishing.
Gold.
Robbie Dean's calling on the remainder of his bench. We've got Adam Fryer going on and also Sam Cordingley. So Luke Burgess is off. Stephen Moore is off. Adam Fryer is on. Big night for the Waverley Old Boys, Waverley College in Sydney, who produced Adam Fryer, Ryan Cross and also Stephen Hoyles. So the third of the trio now getting a taste of the test match tonight. Fryer.
Burgess was good tonight. Give him a big tick. Stephen Moore played well. Deserved rest.
Cordingley got his hands on the ball in the first half while Burgess went to the blood bin for a spell. Here's Adam Fryer, taken by the 20. Cavallero.
A big play out for Cameron Shepherd. Oh, George Smith, I mean.
Penalty
Straight off your feet.
against the Wallabies.
Looks like he's looking very likely 40-3, or it'll end up something similar, obviously. All-time record, I believe, for an Australian win.
Yeah, 35-12 was the greatest victory prior to this in the World Cup in '99. So disappointing end to their international season for France, third in the Six Nations. Semi-finalists in the Rugby World Cup in their homeland. Only 4 survivors from the World Cup squad on tour this time round. So at least they've flooded quite a few newcomers.
You find that in the year following the World Cup. A lot of teams do it. They clear out. There's a lot of retirements. They've had club rugby commitments back home while this tour's been on. It has given them a chance. They've put in, but they haven't had the same finesse as the Wallabies.
The big question now, can the Wallabies hold them out? They scored 1 try last week, the French.
This is the performance the Wallabies needed before the Tri Nation starts for them in 2 weeks' time in Perth.
The last time they'll be playing under the old laws, ELVs in the Tri Nations.
Going forward.
Going forward, the French, they'll get to put into the scrum again, so Wallabies are going to have to dig deep here.
This will test their pride.
Substitution.
Another substitution. 21 is coming on at long last. Dimitri Ashvili, the most experienced of the backs in the 22-man squad tonight. 37th test appearance for the 27-year-old. So Toulouse Board is off. That's their bench used up now.
Crouch, touch, pause.
Boyer is back there. That's back to 15 on 15. And this is a better scrum for the Wallabies. They've got it. Rocky Elsom having a run. Not held. Oh, got rid of it away. Elsom beat 6. Here's Phil Waugh. Thought about passing. Taken by Lee Fremont.
He doesn't throw loose passes. He knows the value of the ball.
And Gitto just wants to settle it.
Oh, nice work. What a game he's had, that Gitto. What a game. Last week a bit out of sorts, maybe unfocused for whatever reason. This week he came switched on.
Well, it was only really the start last week where he was a bit out of sorts.
Well, combination with your halfback so important. They need to play a bit of rugby together. Tonight it's looked good. He's got a very inexperienced backline outside him. Ashley Cooper out of position. Ryan Cross, Peter Hines, Lockie Turner, Cam Shepherd.
Here's Emmanuel Haradoriki. Got the ball away. There's a support play. Boyer. There's Janard, taken by Cross. Smith bouncing off the tackle. I'll tell you what, Cross is taking a bit of stopping out there. Now Boyer with the little kick, and Cameron Shepherd brilliantly picked up. Shepherd. He attacks the ball, doesn't he? And now Hines. Peter Hines Payras pulls him down from behind, 5 metres inside French territory.
And presented the ball perfectly.
And now here's Phil Waugh, again just settling it. Busy tonight, Phil Waugh. Turner. Payras has him.
Shepherd's down with a knee injury in the background.
Well, that is unfortunate. He attacked that ball brilliantly before. Cameron Shepherd pops up. And Cordingly ducks under one. It's advantage Wallabies. Adam Fryer having a run.
Oh, those little legs pumping.
And this time loses the footing. But lays it back. Good clean out by the French. Will they win it?
Lockie Turner almost folded backwards there by counter-rucking.
Off the ground, it's off the ground.
The French have it. Now, they've got about 3 on 1. Got it out.
Gitto to save the day.
Terry! And Terry's going to run away.
No, now Hines coming at him.
But back on the inside, it's Trundle. And so at long last, the French have something to celebrate.
If you wonder where Cam Shepherd was, they were building a stretcher for him while play went on. He's coming off the field horizontally. The Trundle, there's the reward for a long tour with lots of criticism. That's Shepherd in amongst that phalanx of 7 people. It's his knee. Hasn't been great all season. Now it's gone.
That is unfortunate, but the French will be pretty happy with this counter-attack.
Oh, they had the numbers. I thought he was going to do it, but Hines had different ideas. He didn't give up. But Trundle, they simply had the numbers there. He's tried hard all night, Trundle, without any luck, and that that dive reflected that. Well, Thierry beat the tackle at Gitto. He was disappointed because that would have meant that Hines would have soaked up this man, but the fact that Gitz has missed his tackle.
And that is right on full time. 40 points to 10. The conversion successful from Yashvili. Wallabies, a record-winning margin against France, and this is unfortunate. Cameron Shepherd being stretched from the field. Cross got a double. 26 points to 3 at the break. 40 points to 10 full time. 4 tries to 1, Mardo.
Oh, they were too good the way they started the first half and played with the precision and the assuredness that they lacked last week. The second half, the French came out and probably, I would have said, dominated the second half. Wallabies were so far ahead at half-time, they were never in doubt. Good game of rugby, showed a lot of signs that going into the Tri-Nations, the Wallabies are starting to get those combinations and the fine-tuning correct. Only downside, you can see a few of the wounded soldiers, was there was a few injuries.
They've got a fortnight before their next test match. That will be against the Springboks at Subiaco in Perth. Neil Baxter, Peter Hines scored the first try. Another good performance by Luke Burgess. Lockie Turner.
No opportunities in the open.
Wallaby number 826, the 6th debutant to be used in 2008. So the depth is building, and the way we're losing a few players through injury, it means that we do need that depth to continue to build. Okay, Phil Kearns is with the Wallaby captain.
Well, Sterling, a far more composed performance tonight. You didn't have a lot of ball, but what you had, you did well with it.
Yeah, I think it was an improvement from last week, and that's what we're after. So very positive, but I guess having a look at our bench at the end of the match, a fair few injuries, so we'll have to look at that and see how we are for the next few weeks.
Yeah, the French had all the ball. Were you getting frustrated at any stage?
Oh, not at all. We take a lot of pride in our defence, and I think that showed tonight. Very disappointing to let in that late try at the end, but that was off the turnover. We were right in the hunt there, so apart from that, I'm incredibly impressed with our effort and spirit in defence. That was great.
Nice to have your goal kicker striking it so well.
It is, mate. I've been sitting back, letting Gitz take all the kicks, and he's been knocking them all over, so that's great.
And your forward performance, you know, still needs some improvement before you come up against South Africa and New Zealand.
Yeah, no doubt. We look at all facets of our game, in particular a set piece. But having said that, I thought the work rate and the effort of the forwards was outstanding tonight. So there's some things we can improve on, but I think we improved from last week, and that's really positive.
Now, what do you do the next couple of days? Just rest?
Yeah, guys get a few well-earned days off, get to go back home, and we'll regroup in Manly on Tuesday for a camp for 3 days and build up a preparation for another week's time.
Stella, well done tonight. Congratulations to the Wallabies.
Thanks very much, mate.
3 from 3 for the Qantas Wallabies in the Bundaberg-Rugby Series of 2008. And a bit to celebrate there. They've rewritten the record books with their biggest ever win over France. And they have retained the trophy, the bicentenaries. 40 points to 10, 4 tries to 1. Australia over France. We'll be back shortly with a presentation and our post-game show. Stay with us on your home of rugby, Fox Sports.